Well, good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this Making the Most of Membership session with Agri-TechE. It's lovely to see so many of you on the call and loads signed up. So we're going to just take you through, hopefully a pretty light touch, but hopefully really informative overview of your membership of Agri-TechE. Now, we have a mix of existing members who are, I think, probably looking to ensure they're maxing out their membership on the call, as well as some new ones, hopefully, including some people that we met at Agri-TechE last week. So a very warm welcome to you, whatever your status, existing member, future member, you're very welcome, and we're delighted to have you here. Now, Agri-TechE is all about building communities. So why don't we start off, if you like, just put your name in the chat, which organisation you work for, and whether you're an existing member or you're interested in membership, just to introduce yourself, because who knows, you may meet somebody on this call that you'd like to follow up with as part of the outputs of this event this afternoon. So if you'd like to, just pop your name in the chat, who you are, where you work, and what you'd like to get out of today. Now, the slide that you have on the screen at the moment is a picture of a proportion of our community, and this was taken at our 10th birthday now 2 years ago. So this is a sample of the kinds of people you could hope to meet in the Agri-TechE community as part of your membership. Now, just a word about us. We are independent. We run as a not-for-profit commercial business. Now, we don't have any government funding, unlike certain other entities that may have Agri-Tech in their name. We have no government funding. We're supported through your membership subscriptions, through events revenue, and a little bit of sponsorship. As I said, we are now in our 12th year, so we are nearly a teenager. And we were there, I guess you could almost say almost like the birth of Agri-Tech in the UK, just after the National Agri-Tech Strategy came out. So we have seen a lot. We've seen a lot come. We've seen a lot go. We know a lot of people. As I say, we've sort of watched the industry as it's evolved and matured, and we've been very pleased to be part of that. And we'd like you to help you be part of it as well. So today you're going to meet various members of the Agri-TechE team. You're going to learn about how to make the most of your current membership and what membership could entail if you'd like to join us. So I'm going to go quiet and you'll be hearing from the team. So right now I'm delighted to introduce you to my colleague Becky. So Becky, over to you.
Hello everyone. Yes, so I'm the Director of Communities here at Agri-TechE. So I work across all the different groups we have in the network, trying to find those kind of overlaps and the similar themes that we're seeing from the different groups to bring us all together and, well, make things happen, really. So I thought it'd be kind of helpful just to run through those different groups, broadly speaking, that are in the network and kind of what they're looking for and why they join us. I might just give you an idea of who you might meet. So first up, we obviously have farmers, because you can't have agriculture without farmers. And the farmers that we do work with tend to be really interested in innovation, as you might imagine. So they might be looking to pilot technology. They might have a challenge that they're looking to address and trying to find out what's out there. A lot of them are really interested in what's happening in research as well. So can they try things on their farm? Are there different ways they could farm? What's coming out of research that they could apply to what they do? Next up, you have the technologists. So that's anything from a tiny startup all the way to a big multinational and everything in between. And I'd also say that technology might cover anything from kind of drones, robots, sensors, all that kind of stuff you might imagine. But you also then have like alternative chemistries, or you might have things that people are doing with fungi, all kinds of interesting things, new textiles. So it is very broad when I say technologists, but we kind of put it in a bucket there. So some of them might have existing solutions that they're trying to get out wider in the market and meet new end users and things like that. Some of them might have technology that they've developed in a different industry that they're looking to apply into agriculture, so learning about the opportunities in agriculture for that kind of technology. And some of them may also have new technology or new products that they're looking to trial, to develop, to understand how that sits in the market. So it really is quite a broad, well, some of them might even be doing all three. So it's quite broad, that bucket. But broadly speaking, looking to meet end users and understand what opportunities there are in agriculture. And then we have our researchers. We work with institutes all around the country. And I guess that's sort of twofold. There's so much interesting stuff happening in those institutes. What we quite often help to do is translate that research into how we can use it out in the field or in our businesses, whatever that might be. So trying to help disseminate that research for all our members. And then the other side of it is really around helping to find projects, partners for projects. So for example, DEFRA have quite a lot of funding available, and a lot of that is farmer-led. So there might be an academic looking to apply for that wants to get some farmers in on that project. And the other way around, if you've got a project that you need some academic expertise for, we can help you find those researchers that can really help you on that project and hopefully apply for some funding. Moving out a little bit, you have what I would call sort of wider agribusiness. This is another kind of broad bucket, but farm advisors, agronomists, all those sorts of businesses that really help farmers farm better. They obviously have such a wide knowledge base. They're kind of covering a lot of areas in this bucket. So it's really about us helping them understand what's happening in agri-tech, keeping them up to date. Technology moves so fast, trying to keep on top of what's happening is really tricky. And obviously they're working with clients that perhaps might be looking for innovation or knowledge. So being able to help those businesses connect that innovation to their clients on the slide, really. That's kind of what we do. So next up then, zooming out a little bit further, you then have sort of wider business support and funders, or I like to call them growth supporters. So anything you might need to help grow your business, maybe it's marketing specific to agriculture, maybe it's IP advice for your new idea, maybe you're trying to recruit some technical roles, that kind of thing. And also we would be working with investors, so both private investors and public funders. We have relationships with Innovate UK, BBSRC. So really all those people that can help grow your business. And finally, we also have international clusters that are in the membership, which I'll come on to, but looking to support your exports from the UK and also helping them with their inward investment into the UK. So very broadly, they're the kinds of people that you might find in the network. And I thought it might be helpful just to show you a bit of a breakdown of those members. So I should have a little chart that will pop up. I hope so. Yeah, there you go. So you can kind of see that technology is the biggest one there, but that's not really a surprise given quite how broad that covers. But generally speaking, the rest of it is all kind of equally balanced. So hopefully that gives you a flavour of who is in the network and what they might be doing and who you could meet through sort of all the options that we offer. And then coming back to international, as I mentioned, I've got a couple of maps for you so you can see just how wide across the UK and indeed the globe we are. So all the way in as far as New Zealand. I'm not sure we can get much further from home there. Some of you may know, may not know, that back in the day we were known as Agri-TechE East. So when we launched, we were East focused, and you can see there's a little cluster still in the map there. But we dropped that pretty much because we found we were going far beyond the East and we'd sort of outgrown it, really. So I've got a bit of a question for you. What does the E in Agri-TechE mean to you as a member or as someone who's seen the network? Just be really interested in your thoughts. So yes, a few years ago now, 2019, I think we changed that one. So we thought we'd do a little bit of a word cloud. I'll give you a minute to think about it because E can be a tricky letter to think of words for, and once you've thought of one, you'll think of 100. But we'll come back to this at the end, and it'd just be really interesting to see what the E in Agri-TechE means to you. So obviously I've mentioned international, these are members. We also have some sort of wider connections globally, right across Asia. We're doing a project with South America, the US and the UK at the moment, all about relationship building. So helping you find routes to market in other geographies is something we can do. And we also work with other clusters with growers that are interested in the technologies that we have here in the UK and how we're managing climate change and all this kind of good stuff. So yeah, we work with people all around the globe and we can connect you with them as well. So I think with that, I will hand over to Thomas, and I look forward to seeing your word cloud later today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Becky. I'm Thomas. I'm the membership manager. And for those that have joined subsequent to to Belinda's suggestion, please do put who you are, where you work in the chat so we can get to know you. And so I'm going to talk about membership. So the first thing to say is that we work on a tiered system for membership. So the benefits for membership scale with the tier that you're on in terms of discounts, features, and it's very much what you need out of membership as to what tier you join. So if you're a current member, do log into your account and you'll see which particular tier you're on displayed under your profile picture. For potential members, as I mentioned, levels are really based on your specific business goals. So please do have a look at our website. We've got full information about it there, or do chat with us and to find out the best fit for you. Can I have the next slide, please? Thank you. So in terms of our benefits, we have connection and community building. So I'm just going to talk about connections briefly first. So at our core, we're here to facilitate introductions and broker meaningful connections, really, to that will hopefully lead to collaborations and progress in the sector. And just to give you a couple of examples of recent connections that we made and how they've benefited the member. So first of all, one of our farmer members was connected with a university member, and they're now collaborating on a joint application for on-farm sensor deployment. And the second one was one of our startup biotech members was having problems scaling up, moving to that next stage. So we connected them with one of the government catapults that's in membership, and they've been able to sort of help them move beyond there, help them with technical production and scale up. The second part of this is the community building, and this is really well illustrated by our membership discount scheme. And for those that aren't familiar with it, it's a straightforward way to build community while growing your business. So as an Agri-TechE member, you can offer exclusive discounts on products, for example, sensors or equipment, professional services, for example, consultancy, marketing, and even lab access. If it all, if it adds value to the industry, it belongs here in this in the membership discount scheme. So a couple of reasons to participate in the membership discount scheme. Visibility and reach. It's a free, cost-effective marketing tool. We promote this scheme across our social channels and newsletters, and it gives you targeted exposure to a qualified network of members. And the second one is really the power of community. So our goal as an organisation is a more sustainable, productive and profitable farming industry. So by offering a discount, you're actively supporting the success of your peers and fostering a culture of mutual growth. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is events, very briefly. So we do run a very busy events calendar, which is a mixture of in-person and online events, covering everything from networking to CPD. And really, hopefully there's something in there for everyone's interests, what they work on, etc. So my colleague Christina will cover this area in more detail shortly. And the next one is profile raising. So beyond the connections, community events, we help you raise your profile in the sector. So we achieve this through our member directory with its individual profile pages, newsletters and social media, which are all designed to amplify your presence and showcase your expertise. And I know Sophie's going to talk about this in more detail further on. And the final one is strategic insights. So for members that need that little bit more bespoke or technical support, we offer these insights. And so this is really about helping you navigate this complex landscape we all operate in. So from the sort of funding environment to key policy players, etc. So to give you a couple of examples of bespoke work we did recently for members. So one of our members needed a bit of research mapping on a specific pest to identify what was being done and where in the world, and we helped them with this. and also one of our financial service members, we offered, we helped them with an expert agri-tech perspective with a briefing document they've produced. So essentially, we provide the intelligence you need to better understand the ecosystem. So yeah, with that, I'll hand over to Kate, who'll continue the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kate Brunswick. I'm the Business Development Associate here at Agri-TechE, and I'm going to introduce you to two areas of our business today. The first one being our Farmer First Innovation Group, which is a group driven by farmers, agronomists and growers. We meet quarterly or more frequently online. They're virtual meetings for an hour, usually held in the afternoons when farmers are able to join us a little bit later in the day. We get together, it's for peer-to-peer learning on themed topics. So we get together, it's driven by the challenges that farmers are facing. And as Agri-TechE members, we curate speakers to come and speak to the farmer groups on themed topics that are driven by the feedback that we've had over the time that we've been running the programme. So it's an informal group for shared insights and the ability for farmers, growers and agronomists to have an input on some of that innovation for new technologies, and to hear from researchers within our community throughout the UK and understand how that research technology can assist with some of the farmer issues that we're facing. So it's an informal group. It's very much come along, have a chat, have a listen to the other farmers in the group who may be facing similar challenges, and then understand how some of that technology and research can help along the way. And hopefully in that journey, we can also join people up with collaborative partners for issues or for trials on site and to further those topics. It's really about having an input into the innovation process, and that's really key for our community, for our farmer community. So it's quite, if you're interested, we have an area on the website which gives a little bit more information. And also, if you are a farmer, agronomist or grower and you would like to be part of that group, then please do email me. That is also on the website as well, although I'm sure one of my colleagues could put that in the chat if you're interested in part of that group. In fact, our next meeting is next week, and after that, the subsequent one will be in March. So we'd love to have you there if you'd like to have an input. Thank you, Christina. Next slide. The second group I'd like to introduce you to is our Early Careers Innovation Forum, or known as ECIF, to those that might be part of the programme already, or actually are within the Agri-TechE community. So I was just slightly put off by the parrot there, but that's I'm going to go back to ECIF. So we run, and it's an engagement opportunity. It's sponsored by the Morley Agricultural Foundation, who've supported the programme since I believe about 2014. And it's about promoting opportunities to those early career individuals who are considering a role within agri-tech or agriculture or want to find out more. So it's about opening eyes to those for those individuals who might be students, early career researchers, or just have found themselves in the industry and are looking to see what else is an opportunity. So what we do as a business is create and curate a series of events, virtually and in person, to really promote that engagement and open eyes to what else is available in terms of opportunities, employment opportunities within the industry that we all work in. Alongside that, we run a points system. So for those programme members, you can earn points for engaging and getting involved. So whether that's boots on the ground on tours or coming along to some of our soft skills seminars, we will allocate points. It's a non-accredited system, but what it does, I think, is really cement a professional commitment to your career journey that you can then put in front of employers further down the line to say, this is where I've been, this is what I've seen, and this is what I've learned. And hopefully to build a network along the way, bring people together to share learning and understanding where the opportunities are within our industry. I'm now going to hand over to Christina to give you more idea of our events calendar.
Thank you, Kate. Hello, everyone. I'm Christina. It's nice to see you all. I'm going to give you a glimpse of our upcoming events. If you take a look at this calendar, you'll see that we run a wide range of events designed to fit different topics, how, when, and where you can engage. Our program includes both online and in-person activities, as Thomas mentioned, and as well as farm walks, half-day, long-day events, international things, and of course our annual REAP conference. We also curate Agri-Tech Week, which gives our members a chance to host their own event as part of the wider program, with an idea to showcase the best of UK Agri-Tech, spark new collaborations, attract customers and partners, and share knowledge across the sector. Let me quickly touch on pricing, because this is where membership adds value. As Thomas said in the beginning, that Agri-TechE membership is for organizations, not individuals, which means if your organization is a member, your whole team benefits. And all our online events are completely free for members. For in-person events, members receive discounted rate based on your membership tier. So it's 25% off for hectares, 50% for megas, and events are free for giga members. The only exception is the REAP conference, where we have special member prices. I really encourage you to visit the event page on our website. Becky, if you can put a link into the chat, and you will find details, agendas, speakers, event description there. And if you missed an event, most online events are recorded and available in the member dashboard, which I think Darren will be showing you how to access later on this presentation. So what's new for this year? Our Agri-Tech Meets series is a new thing for this year. We know that some of the most exciting innovation happens on the interface between the sectors. So we are going to look at cross-sector collaborations and explore potential partnerships between Agri-Tech and defense, construction, space, automotive, and navigation is the first event in this series. It's on 3rd of February. If you're looking at market opportunities in Agri-Tech, or maybe you are transitioning into agriculture-related role, or would like to learn more about the industry, roads to market, then our annual Agriculture for Innovators event in May is definitely for you. The program covers key topics like farming life, funding, supply chain, the future of agriculture. So by the end of the day, you'll leave the event with lots of knowledge and industry contacts. And this year, it's also happening on a farm. So you can see it all in real life, the technology, what's there. For some of our events, including Nature Tech and REAP, we offer early bird pricing, so booking early really pays off. And I also want to flag a few key opportunities that are coming up. We currently have a call open for startups, focus on finance event in September. If you are seeking an investment, this is a chance to pitch directly to investors and hear the latest industry and hear the latest public and private funding updates. If you are looking to raise your organization's profile, we also offer exhibition opportunities, for example, in Nature Tech, focus on finance at REAP, as well as some sponsorship options available. Contact us if it's of interest. To wrap up, I just wanted to say that bringing the community together to connect and learn is really at the heart of our every event. And attending the events is one of the most effective ways to raise your visibility within the network. So take a look at our events calendar and subscribe to our quarterly events mailer. There is plenty more to come in the year ahead, more than this calendar, so we'd love to see you involved. And with that, I'd like to hand over to our content manager, Sophie, who will share more about how Agri-TechE can help your organization's profile, to raise your organization's profile.
Thank you, Christina. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm Sophie. So I'm going to be talking about raising your profile. Really, my job is to help tell your stories to the ecosystem. And we do that in three main ways, as Thomas mentioned earlier, through your presence on our website, across our social media channels, and through our email, newsletters, and member mails. So I'll basically go through each of these and unpack them a little bit with a few examples. So firstly, our website. Christina, can you just pop onto the next slide, please? Thank you. So you can see that first picture is a page in our member directory where every member has their own page. So the member directory page is essentially your shop window. It's where potential clients, collaborators, new colleagues, potentially investors can get a sense of who you are, what it is you do, and what you're looking for. So it is worth spending a bit of time on that, making sure it looks current, and making sure it represents you well. And you can share a pretty wide range of content on your directory page. You've got two tabs on your directory, an About You section and an In the News section. And all of those news posts would also appear in our Knowledge Hub on our website. And the picture in the middle shows the most recent posts in the Knowledge Hub from our members. So the content you could post, quite wide ranging, could be press releases or a blog. It could be video demonstrations or a podcast, so multimedia as well, not just written. Updates on trials or news, any topical news, partnerships, funding you've won. And also opinion pieces or thought leadership, expertise within your organization. We also can create content that features you, so we'll provide that content. So this might be that you get a mention in a blog or one of our stories. We might ask for a comment in an article we're writing that's relevant to what you do to share your expertise, or we might feature you in a full member spotlight story that's just about you. So there's an example of a member spotlight story here. This is our most recent one with Nantwich Farm Vets, the picture on the right there. So for this, we did an interview with Phil about the innovations that they're adopting to improve animal welfare, predominantly with dairy cattle. This story went on our website. We shared it with the press, and now that's being picked up to be published by Farmers Guardian. So that's ended up having quite a wide reach. So I would say there are two major benefits from you being mentioned on our website. Firstly, it gives you greater visibility. So it also creates SEO benefits, both when we mention you, but also backlinks if we're adding links to your own website. And the second thing is I'd say that once your content is on our website, I can understand much more what it is you're about and what you're trying to achieve at the moment. And then we, or mostly me, can step in to amplify it across our other channels. So the first way we can do that is through our socials. So thank you. We are active on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook, not X anymore, for obvious reasons. And LinkedIn is our strongest platform at the moment. We've got almost 12,000 followers, I think, but we're also working on building our Instagram presence, especially for the farmer membership. And obviously we can help raise your profile on socials by sharing your news and highlighting your achievements, and also engaging with posts if you tag us and respond to you. I do try and keep an eye on you and follow you when you join the membership. And if you tag us, I try my best to acknowledge and respond. So the examples on this page here, we've got a Member Monday post where I include several news updates from across the membership. The middle post here, this is a video we recorded while interviewing our member Tapva, about their technology, which is a carbon sequestering, super strong insulating construction material made from cyanobacteria. So yeah, we created a video for him as well as a written story. And the picture on the right there is an example of a post highlighting some of the speakers at our REAP Startup Showcase. Again, if you engage with us by speaking at one of our events or sitting on a panel, as Christina mentioned, with the Focus on Finance event, if you're pitching there or if you're attending one of our conferences as a speaker, I can also share that you're doing that and tell the world about it. The final picture on that slide is our week in Agri-Tech. So you could also potentially get a mention in Belinda's weekly vlog that she puts out on LinkedIn. And her vlog is turned into our podcast called Our Week in Agri-Tech. And you can find this wherever you get your podcasts, so long as you get your podcast from one of those places. Great. So the last way we can help is through email. So we've got a couple of main email channels that we use for member news, member shout outs, and to welcome new members to the network. So our newsletter is called Agri-Tech Evolve, and this goes out to a very wide readership, several thousand people across the ecosystem. So that includes policymakers and press and international partners, as well as our researchers and farmers and tech developers. And I will share news stories on there, as well as 6 members a month in our Meet Our Members section. And you can see the example there from a newsletter a few months ago. I think there might be someone on this call featured in there. And the second mail we use is our member mail, which is exclusive to current Agri-TechE members. And this goes to a smaller audience, because it's exclusive to current members, but obviously it's very targeted towards Agri-Tech and a really good place for people to see you and collaborate. So in that, we welcome new members and we also highlight member achievements. You can see an example there on that page. So I think that's it from me. I want to hand you over to Darren now so she can explain sort of how you can go about doing all that, your bit, before it comes on to me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophie. Yes, I'm going to start on I'm going to tell you, everyone's been telling you about all the good stuff that we do, so I'm going to show you how to access that good stuff. So Christina, if you could press play, hopefully everyone cross their fingers that the video works, and it has. So we start off on the membership tab. So this is where you can access the member directory, which is what Sophie was just telling you about. You can go down to the button below and book a one-to-one call with any member of our team. Just put the topic in there and we'll assign it to the correct person. If you're not a member yet, why not? You can click becoming a member, and we can walk you through that on there and a bit more information, and you can join us today. The next tab along is the Knowledge Hub, which is what Sophie was just talking to you about. And then the next tab along from that is the events calendar, which Christina walked you through earlier. And then we're on to the opportunity zone. So from the opportunity zone, you can see the funding finder. So this page is curated by Becky. It consolidates the latest Agri-Tech funding calls. So Becky's scoured the internet, so you don't have to. So it's all there in a handy one pager. From this section, you can also access the jobs page, and you can also sign up to the ESIF program, which is what Kate was talking to you about earlier. So how do we do this though? First up, you need to register for an account, and we're going to be putting the sign up link at some point in the chat today. So you register for an account, click on my account, and it brings you to my dashboard. So from my dashboard, you can update your personal details. You can update your comms preferences. You can sign up for the various newsletters. You can update your organization details. And if you go to the second tab along there, directory profile, this is what Sophie was talking about. You can refresh that here, and that will appear on the front end of our website. If your membership is up for renewal, you can pay your renewal online by clicking on membership renewal. You can see which events you're signed up to, and the button on the right there, you can also look at all our events. job post. So this is what I was talking about on the website. So members can submit jobs. It's a really effective place to advertise your roles. It gives you access to a huge number of highly skilled people. We advertise paid roles, student, graduate, internships. We direct candidates to your career pages. And so it's a really good way to supplement your current recruitment process. So you can click submit a job posting and that will come through to our team and we will make that live on the website. Click on My News. It's a very similar process. This is what Sophie was talking about, to submit your news articles. Pop all the details in here and hit submit, and that will come across to our team. We add all the SEO and all those boring bits, and then we make that live on our website as well. Last but not least is the member stash. So if you've missed an online event and you are really interested in the content, you can click on past event recordings here and they will all be detailed for you. The next button across is what Thomas, my colleague, was talking about, the member discount scheme. So this is where you can access all those fantastic offers and discounts from your peers. If you'd like to join the scheme, you drop me an email and I will add your offer to that page. And the next one across is the member logo. So you can download our member logo and add that to your website. This is great if you're a startup or new to the sector. It's a great way to boost your credibility and show that you're part of a really well-connected industry network. Also loose in the member stash there, we have various sometimes international missions or discounts. So it's always worth checking that out. I think that's everything from the member dashboard. Christina, if you could pause that video and we'll move on to the next slide. That worked well done. Thank you. Okay, the next slide is about actions. So these are things that you can immediately implement today to start maximizing your benefits straight away. So make sure that yourself and your team are signed up to an account. We're going to be putting that in the chat, hopefully, as if by magic. Make sure you and your team are signed up to the newsletters. You can check your directory page, make sure it's saying what you want, make sure it's talking to the other members in the way that you want it to. You can upload an article, you can post a job role, and if you're not a member, why you're not a member, join us today. Okay, that's great. That's all from me today. I'm going to pass you back to Belinda.
Thank you very much, Darren. Well, hopefully that's given you a bit of a canter through Agri-TechE and what we do and why we do it. And the reason we do it is because of our members. So we literally wouldn't exist without our members. So we do try very hard to deliver things that will be of benefit and of value to you. So we're always open to hear new ideas. If there's things that we're doing that you want to get involved with, or things we're not doing that you think we should, we're here. The door is always open. We love talking to our members. Now, I just want, in the closing few minutes of this webinar, I just wanted to revisit Becky's challenge to you about what the E in Agri-TechE stood for. And I'm going to just kind of lift our skirts a little bit and tell you the background as to how we came up with that name. As Becky said, we used to be called Agri-Tech East. It was becoming business limiting because people said, oh, I'm not in the East, but we love to be part of what you do. It was never a rule, by the way. People just sort of assumed that. And we thought it was just easier to, excuse me, instead of rebranding, to just drop the East bit and be E. And E, and I'm so pleased what this word cloud has revealed, because they were exactly the words that we were thinking about with our E words: expanding, ecosystem, environment, exciting, energy, entrepreneurship. And I'm delighted that a number of you have picked up on those as well. So we will be using that word cloud to inform our thinking as well. We know that you've been on this call now for 40 minutes and we've talked at you. Thank you for putting all your comments in the chat. So we're going to stay here as long as you would like to. So if anyone has any questions that you either want to put in the chat, I see we've got one: can the directory page be limited so only certain people can edit it? As they come in, either put your hand up or put them in the chat and we'll direct you to members of the team. If you've heard all you need to, been lovely to see you. Please feel free to get on with your day. If you would like to join as a member, you've got the link in the chat. But for now, thank you so much for joining us. We'll carry on answering the questions as long as you're here.